Hi all, my name is Christine Sass.
And my name is Elettra Carbone. We both work at the School of European Languages, Culture and Society, SELCS, but I mostly teach Norwegian,
while I mostly teach Dutch. During this session, we want to talk to you a bit about why and how we learn different languages. We will also learn what being bilingual or multilingual means. Don't worry if you've never heard of these words before. We will explain this at the end, but we can already tell you that it has something to do with how many languages you know, use or speak. Just to give you an example, I speak Dutch, English, French, and know a little Spanish and German. I also understand Afrikaans.
and I speak Italian, English and Norwegian, understand Danish and Swedish, and know some German and French. What about you? Which languages do you speak, understand or know? Have a chat in class and find out how many languages you know as a group and if you share any language. You can pause the video now while you're discussing this in class.
You may have answered with names of languages you're speaking at home, and perhaps languages you're learning at school, such as French, Urdu or Spanish. Did you forget English? Did you also think of languages of which you maybe only know a few words or expressions? Languages that maybe you picked up watching TV, or playing video games, or through some of your family members, or even the area that you live in. Maybe the language you speak at home sounds not quite the same as the one your teacher uses at school. Maybe you use different words or a different accent. Dialects or variations of school English, also called standard English, can also be seen as languages. That is what we call being bilingual, if you mention two languages, or multilingual if you mention more than two languages. And you probably all are a little bit multilingual. Even if you only speak English, you will not always speak it in the same way. Just think of how you speak to your teachers compared to how you speak to your friends. You may also use different words and expressions, maybe longer or shorter sentences, or maybe you sing more or differently, or you are louder in one language or the other. What about you? Do you want to share with your class any words you use at home that you don't use at school? Always remember to be mindful of others, so don't share any words you think might be offensive. You can pause the video now while you discuss this in class.
Okay, great. We hope you had a good discussion where maybe you mentioned English words or words in other languages that you use in different places with different people. Just to give you an example, when I address my mum and dad at home, I say mamma and papa because we speak Italian together. But if I talk about them with some of my work colleagues, I say mum and dad or mother and father because I work in an English-speaking environment. This leads us to the other question we want to discuss in this session. Why do you think we learn other languages? Take a moment and think about this and feel free to discuss this in class. You can pause the video while you discuss this. So why do we learn other languages? Maybe you have learned the language at home, or your family speaks it, and you are learning just by being around a different language in a natural way. Or maybe you are learning languages at school. Or maybe you're going or have been on holiday somewhere where a different language is spoken. Or you really like an actor or a singer who performs in another language. So if you think about these examples, we can conclude that sometimes you learn because you want to learn in order to be part of a group or a community, and sometimes you learn because someone else wants you to learn in order to pass a test, please people around you and your teachers. This means that the motivation to learn can come from the inside or the outside, or both.